Hey, what's going on, Akiya Hunters? Good to see you all here for this breakout session. I think every speaker of this event gets to speak in the main room and do the presentation, and then comes here to do a breakout session. It's more like intimate, it's more like interactive. But since my business partner, Brett, he just gave pretty good speech. And you probably know why we started a business together. So I won't get too much into that. So I'm sure you want to know about this, right? But let me give a very brief presentation about, I guess, my journey into Akiya investing before we open up for questions and discussions. Sound good? Okay. All right. So diamonds in the rough, how to find a deal in today's Akiya market. So that was the title. And the talk that I was asked to talk. Not too long ago, this was probably like two and a half years ago, I started my YouTube channel. And, all I knew, just brief history of my investing journey. I was investing in the US market. And I had 6 properties, 19 doors at the time. So I thought I knew a couple things. And I did it from Japan and invested in the U.S. Having a U.S. spouse, American spouse, helped me get loans and everything. And, I wanted to share that with people like me in Japan who might want to do the same thing. And I was very, very anti-investing in Japan. And this was one of the videos. I don't know if you've seen. And my catchphrase was, my name is Shu. I live in Japan. I don't invest in Japanese real estate. I speak Japanese. I don't invest in Japanese real estate. And no one cared. Yeah, which is totally fine. And I was like, what am I doing wrong? And then I, started to talk about Japan a little bit. I didn't know much about Japanese investing. I had never done it. But I put up a video, and then that one kind of went viral. And that was a clear sign that I should be talking or, doing more of Japanese real estate investing. And a couple of years later, here I am. So very grateful to be here. I don't consider myself an expert in Japanese real estate yet. Hopefully I'll get there. But a little bit about what happened in the past year and a half or a little bit less. So I did buy 6 Akiya houses in the last 14 months. Decent amount, but I have helped over 100 people, foreigners from all over the world, 20 countries, in about the same period, year and a half, purchased property in Japan. Most of them are Akiya, but some are just regular properties. So I have some insight and observation that I can share. Okay, so my name is Matsuo Post, co-founder of AkiyaHub, and also founder of Postify, my existing business. And that's where we help. Our services are to help foreigners buy real estate. It's a done-for-you service from beginning to an end. And to Brett's point, if you made it to Brett's speech, I couldn't say yes to all the people that came to us. We were only able to serve, up to 100 people a year. And now with AkiyaHub, we could do a lot more. And that's why I wanted to start this business with him. Okay, so how do you find a good deal? That's the question I get quite often, right? Like, how do you find it, right? And in the US, at least, from what I know, a lot of people are like, should I just keep making lowball offers and, stick with the ones that say yes, right? Maybe that's a strategy. It might work for you. I personally don't really like it, especially in Japan, because, it's very relational, right? And if you keep doing this with many agents, they will talk with other agents and like, hey, watch out for this Shu guy. Like, he makes lowball offers. Like, don't work with him, right? So you don't want to make bad reputation for yourself. So I don't really recommend this strategy. So it's more of a mindset, right? Like if there is a really good deal, the chances are someone had seen it, right? Likely brokers first, right? And then they might buy it themselves, right? And then especially if you're a beginner, first-time buyer, unless you know someone who has access to these, say like off-market, like really rare deals, you're not gonna get it. Chances are very, very low. So you got to think, okay, what's a good deal, right? Good deal is something that everyone wants, right? You want to buy it cheap and renovate the minimum, and you get to charge the most amount of rent, and so that the cash flow is going to be great. And plus, less headaches. It's new, it's awesome. Those deals do not exist. Okay, you're either buying high and get those quality properties, and if something is cheap, and especially in good location, there's a problem, and you're buying the seller's problem or problems. And the question is, do you want to take on those problems? And if the answer is yes, that's a good indicator that could be a good deal for you. Okay, so it might not be a good deal for anyone else or other people, but if it works for you, that's great. So that's the question that I like to ask myself. Like, do I want to take on this problem? Okay, I can handle that. I know people who can fix this, right? I can maybe do it myself. So this is the mindset that I have to create a good deal. Okay, so this is Akiya number 2 that I purchased. As the title indicates, I bought a half-finished house. And this was an off-market listing. And as part of our service to our clients, I shared this listing to the active clients that I had at the time. And no one was like, oh man, this is a good deal. Everyone just ran away. It's like, half finished? Are you serious? Like, no, I'm not touching that. Like, numbers look okay, but like, no, this is gonna be a crazy project. So I was like, oh, how come, like, location is good. So this is in Higashi-Serigaya in Minamiku of Yokohama. So the closest station is Kamioka. I'll show it to you.
It was half finished, refurb.
Yeah, so renovation, the seller bought it and started doing the renovation and quit. Yeah, just like literally halfway. Oh, here we go. I'll share the photos. So the kitchen was taken out and like halfway, and clearly like there were tools, right? Paint and all that stuff. And it did not look good when I visited. And I was like, why did they not finish? So I started to talk to the agent, like, hey, is there like a really good reason why they didn't finish? And the agent was like, he was a DIY renovator, and he had a full-time job, not doing real estate, but he thought he was going to be able to do it. And he just didn't have the time, or he thought this was too big of a project for him to finish. And that's why he quit. It's like, huh, that's interesting. And nobody wants this, but I don't know if I want this either. So I just kind of stay silent. And I also play by this rule. So negotiation is won by whoever cares less, right? So if you want something really, really bad, you probably, and if you want it more than the other person, you will probably lose in a negotiation. So wanting less is the key so that you can always walk away and then get them to come back to you, right? So it's hard, especially if you really want to get into this market or get the first deal, right? This equals finding a highly motivated seller. This is super, super important, okay? So if the seller is not very motivated, or they're like, I just want to get as high of a price as possible. I mean, every seller starts that way, right? When they list up a listing, every seller. But as the time goes by, wait, I'm not getting offers, or no one's viewing my properties, they start to panic. So the longer they wait, the more motivated they're gonna get, okay? So that's a good indicator as well. It's like, how long has it been on the market? Has anybody seen it? They've seen it, but no one's pursuing it. Okay, what's going on? So those are, as a buyer, a good indicator to kind of pay attention to. All right, so this is in Japanese, so let me translate for you. So this is the information I got from the listing agent. And off-market listing, so it says Yokohama-shi Konanku, 40K. So this was 7 million initially, okay? And that's when no one was buying. And expected rent is 100,000 yen. And then tochi, so 69 square meters, structure 73 square meters, wooden 2 stories. So Showa 39 nen, that's old, that's super old. I can't even calculate how old that is. And non-rebuildable city sewage, propane. Okay, so a lot of people get thrown off by this. But like Anton was saying yesterday, I actually like non-rebuildable houses. Why? Because you're dealing with less competition, okay? You have to buy cash. You can't get loans. I mean, it's pretty cheap. So most Akiya investors at this price range, usually it's cash buyers. So, this didn't scare me, but it was 7 million yen. And I was like, okay, still pretty good. Even if I put like 300 man, like 3 million, and if I get 10 man, 100,000 yen per month, that's, the 1% rule, 12% gross yield. That's pretty good. But if I can get 6 million, so they came back to me like, hey, I want you to buy this. Can you buy at 6? So I was like, okay, fine. Fine, if you insist, I'll buy it. So I bought it, right? Yeah, so they came to me. They were begging me to buy. So that's good indicator. Like negotiate. I might have been able to negotiate even harder, but like 6 million, like I had a ton of wiggle room to even achieve that 1% rule. So I bought it. Yeah, it's actually the best performing property in my portfolio as of now. Happy tenant, and then I think we have 10万1000 yen, so like 101,000 yen per month for rent. And I did put in about 3 million, for reno. And I did replace the toilet seats, and I put ACs. I was lucky because I was moving to a new place, and I was getting rid of old ACs, so I just installed those. You don't have to, as a landlord in Japan, you don't have to put up those things, but if you do, especially for like Akiya investing, it's much easier to find a tenant.
Do you know how your tenant is commuting right now, going to Kamioka?
Oh, perfect.
I'm saying
Yeah.
that it's car,
Yeah.
9 minutes, not walk.
Yeah, great question. So this is the deal that I was talking about. If you were here yesterday, right? So this is the farthest to the station, 22 minutes walking, maybe more, to Kamioka Station. But it's right next to a major street, and the buses come very often. And if you get on it, just a 9-minute bus ride to Kamioka Station, which is one of the major stations on the Blue Line, just one station away from Yokohama Station on the rapid train. So it actually surprised me how I think we got rented within a month of finishing the renovation, which is not the expectations that I set myself or I set for our clients. Usually like 2 to 3 months conservatively, but this one was pretty quick. So I was actually taken aback, but the tenant's still happy, paying every month with no issues so far. So I'm pretty happy with that. Japanese tenant, yeah, Japanese tenant. Through a guarantor company. So the guarantor company is paying me every month pretty consistently.
How did you find a tenant?
How? I had a property manager find it, yeah. So, unlike a lot of the speakers, I just find people who can do the job better than me. And I talk about that right after talking about this deal. So this is my Akiya number 5. This is probably the one that I'm most excited about right now because I'm doing full gut job. My first time doing it. And this is also the first property that I bought on market. So this was available on the market. And I should have taken a screenshot when the listing was still available on Nifty. And I found this for one of our clients, actually. So this one is in Nakaku, Yokohama. I live in Nakaku, so this was pretty close. So I know that area pretty well. A client was trying to find property in Nakaku, and this showed up. So this was listed at 18 million yen for 2 stories, 100 square meters. Very, very old. I forgot how old. 70 something. Yeah, I should know, right? Yeah, it's before pre-1981, and then it needed ton of work, right? So in this area, Nakaku is probably the most desirable word in Yokohama. So 18 million is very cheap, considered still cheap in Nakaku. And I told the client, like, hey, this is probably like a really good deal. Like, you should probably pursue this. And she was like, how much does it cost to renovate? And we got a really quick renovation quote. And it's like, yeah, if you want to do what you want to do, it's going to cost you easily 10 mil. Okay. So like Anton was saying, right, like a gut job, minimum 10 million. And she was like, okay, there's no way I'm spending that much money for this. So like, okay, cool. And we met with the sellers after during the walkthrough. Yeah, we said like, okay, we'll think about it. And then the agent called me back a week later. It's like, hey, are you still interested in this? Just between you and me, the seller is willing to go down to 12 million. It's like, what? 6 million down? Like, that's crazy. It's like, why? What happened? It's like, no, they just really want to move forward quickly. It's like, okay, cool. So that might work out. And I called my client again. It's like, hey, it's 12 million now. You should get it. Like, it's a good deal. And she's like, still, like, I just can't spend 10 million. And, all in 22 million. So I was like, are you sure? Like, you won't be able to find anything like this in Nakaku? Like, no, it's okay. Like, we'll keep looking. It's like, okay. And I called the agent back and told him, like, sorry, like, we're not going to pursue. And a couple months went by. And I was training for a marathon at the time. So I was running around here. And I was like, wait, what about, like, I wonder what happened to this house, right? And it looked like they were still for sale. So I was like, I got home and looked it up. And sure enough, it was still on the market at 12 million already, yeah, at that point. So like they did drop down. It's like, wait, it's still available, like 2 months later. So I called up the agent, like, hey, is this still available? And he's like, yeah, like, are you interested? It's like, yeah, I'm very interested. But I only have 10. Like, do you think you can do it? And it's like, okay, I'm gonna call the seller. And then he called me back 30 minutes later. It's like, yeah, cash, done. Yeah, so I got an 18 million yen house for 10 million yen. I did call my clients, like, hey, this is what I'm doing. Like, you're cool with it? And she was like, oh, yeah, I wasn't gonna get it anyway. So I ended up buying it. And I got the renovation company visit a couple of times and shared the vision. And I told them, okay, my budget is 12. Can you make it, do like full renovation in 12? It's like, okay, great. And we had multiple meetings and the quote they came back was 18 million. Yeah, for the renovation. It's like, oh my gosh, okay, can you make it like, okay, let's meet halfway. Like, what about 14? And they were able to do, 14. But after the renovation started, kept, adding up. But now it's probably going to be like 15, 16. So 26 million all in, it's going to be, plus like closing costs. So yeah, a little bit over 26. So yeah, I'm going to rent it out. So this is for rental property. For my strategy, I'm very excited because this is something I'm trying, a new strategy. But I will share, you'll be the first ones to know. Not for like just a regular local tenant, because I want to charge a premium. I'm making it really nice on the inside, adding the second bathroom on the second floor. It's very Western, right? Yeah, Western friendly. Ceiling is taller, 3 bedrooms, open living, kitchen, dining area. If you really knew me, you would know that my wife is a teacher. She's an international school teacher. And there are a few in Yokohama, that area. Those teachers, they need housing, right? And they look for like a Western style housing. And they're willing to pay usually more than the market for a good house. So I'm planning to target those families and did the renovation thinking of them. It's like, okay, they would like that. And hopefully I can get a family to stay there once it's done.
Is it the schools that pay, or is it the teachers themselves?
For the school that my wife teaches, yeah, the school, yeah.
School fees are going up.
We need good teachers, right? Yeah.
Is that an access point, or is there a road in front of it there?
So this is the second floor. So there's one entrance here and then one down here. So it is not for like all families. Like I thought about living here, moving here, right? But I have little kids and they would not be thrilled or my wife wouldn't be thrilled to have our kids just go up and down like every day. So it just didn't work out for us, but hopefully, another family with a little bit older kids, right? So I will keep you posted on my channel, how that's going to be. So it's still in progress. But my point is, I feel like I got a pretty good deal because I didn't want this to begin with. They kept coming back to us, right? So that's the position you want to be in, but I know it's very difficult. It's easy for me to say now because I end up getting leftovers, like, properties that our clients didn't want initially. And sometimes I can, make deals out of it. But if you really want it, it is not easy to do unless you're okay to wait and then let them come to you.
What do you think?
Yeah.
We know that it's old,
Mhm.
and that it's 15 million in renovation costs.
Yeah.
But what is it that you know that other investors at your level of education in the market passed? You're going to discover because it's in renovation now.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? So you made a deal that other people weren't making. Do you think you missed something, or do you think you found something?
I thought I was going to be able to do it with 10, but this is a renovation company. I have an existing relationship. So I really challenged them hey, can we do something? And then the best they could do was this 15, 16, right? So I don't know, it could have easily been more. And obviously you could spend easily a few millions over your budget for renovations.
Where was that incremental increase? Where did you see that money?
Oh, it was roof. So initially, I said no to replacing the roof. Let's deal with it when we need to, because it was okay. But they were hey, because we're doing external walls, we're putting up scaffolding, so you might as well just do it. I was okay, you sold me on that. So that's easily $1+ million, right?
Renovation, and is it on time or?
It's on time, yeah. So I gave him very good timeline, because as long as it gets done by the end of May, I'm happy. And we started the conversation in December. And February, we started the actual renovation. I closed in January. So they have 4 months to finish, and it's close to me. So I get to go kind of check up on them, and it's on track, and I'll keep you posted on how it goes.
I just wanted to say, did you get captured by the new regulations then, or you started the renos before?
Yeah, we started reno before.
The renovation costs so much, 15, 20 million. Do you finance it out of your pocket?
Luckily, I had cash, so I paid everything cash. Yeah, for the house and for the renovation.
Do you share how you're paying your contractor on some kind of a
Oh yes, yeah.
some progress, milestones, that kind of stuff?
Yeah, so I think it's pretty typical. But with this renovation company, they actually asked half. Half up front. So I paid 7 something, right?
You work with people.
Yeah, I have worked with them before. Yeah, so I did have an existing relationship, and I really wanted to get them going. So I'm hey, give me the contract because I want you to start. We cannot miss a timeline because it's very time specific. So I was fine to pay that up front so that they would take me seriously. Yeah. So echoing Brett's point, I highly, I don't recommend what I did for your first deal, right? And we don't recommend that. And there's a video that I'm publishing tonight. Maybe you can watch it. But that one's even you're going to probably question my decisions. Why did you buy this one? But find out, yeah. But I'm in that season where I'm willing to take risks. And that kind of excites me too. So I like to do deals that most people don't want to do. And that, to me, I think that's my advantage, because I do know people who can fix those things. I'm not skilled like Anton, I don't do DIY, but I have access to people who are very highly skilled, and that's the point that I kind of wanted to make. Yeah, so it's not just about what you know, it's who you know, right? I mean, that's how I like to operate. What you know is definitely very important. So if you don't have the education, if you don't have the knowledge or basic knowledge to get into the game, highly recommend it. It's all about who you know. And that's why you're all here, right? To connect with the experts in the room so that you can get your journey started.
Sure. Thank you so much for
Thank
your time.
you.